We're going to talk about no contact with an avoidant ex and why this is so important. I am not going to talk about what to do in order to get your ex back. No contact is the same no matter who you're dealing with. You stop talking to this person until they reach out to you first. That is no contact. But in this video, I'm going to talk about why going no contact is so important with an avoidant ex. And I have hands-on experience when it comes to dating someone who is an avoidant. I can look at my past 2 relationships. The last girlfriend, I found out later down the road after the breakup, was a fearful avoidant. And then the girlfriend before that, I actually think she had BPD, bipolar disorder. That was a nightmare to deal with. I have hands-on experience with this, and I'm going to talk about why they're avoidant, the anxious avoidant trap, which is what I was in with the last girl, and then why no contact is critical, and then ultimately this builds emotional resilience for the next relationship. And the emotional resilience is going to help you in all your relationships moving forward, because emotional resilience as a man, being able to stay calm under pressure when your girlfriend's freaking out or you guys get into an argument, that's going to make the woman feel safe. And if the woman feels safe, she's going to want to be around you more, because women do not handle emotional pressure very well, or pressure in general, because they're just not built like that. And this is going to help maintain relationships long term, okay? So no contact with an avoidant ex. Why they're avoidant. So when I was dating this last girlfriend, I had no idea what attachment styles were. I never studied any of relationships or attachment styles at all. Basically, attachment styles are formed between 1 to 4, ages 1 to 4, from our parents. And attachment styles is a mindset. It's like a way of it's how we view the world based on the trauma that our parents did to us. So someone who is avoidant, their parents were either emotionally neglective, abusive, they could have just not been there for them, or they could have been around them too much and pulled away. They just basically, an avoidant is a way that they are because they were taught from their parents that love is scary, love does not feel safe, and they are better off handling things on their own. No contact with an avoidant ex is critical, because if someone feels like they're better off handling things on their own because that's how they have learned to process their own emotions, well, if you leave them alone and you're not talking to them, you're letting them sit with their feelings that they try so hard to push down. And over time, their feelings will come back up, because you cannot run away from your feelings forever. And that is when they're allowed to process what actually happened. This is why we want to go no contact with an avoidant ex. Or even if you're dating an avoidant and they start pulling away, you want to let them pull away. It's not personal. Do not take it personally. This is how they have to manage their feelings. This is all they know. It takes a significant amount of therapy in order for an avoidant to fix their behavior, because if they were raised to think that this is normal, they're not going to think pulling away from you and ghosting you for a week is manipulative. To them, that's normal. But to us, normal, healthy people who know healthy love, we know that's not normal. So next is going to be the anxious avoidant trap. So I'm going to explain this very simple. So if you're anxious, so I lean more secure at this point in time, and then anxious. Anxious basically means that we had a caregiver that was inconsistent, and we felt like we had to work to get someone's love, because our caretaker or parents were, if they left us, we felt like we were being abandoned and we were all alone. So anxious people, we are what's called anxious preoccupied. We are preoccupied with doing something to come closer to our partner so we can feel like we're not being left. So the anxious avoidant trap looks like this. Your avoidant partner gets overwhelmed, which is very easy, and they need to distance themselves to feel better. When our avoidant partner distances ourselves, they will not tell us, because they do not know how to communicate. They were never taught how to communicate. So they're going to distance themselves. And what are we going to do? What the fuck is going on? Oh my God, you're leaving me. I need to do something to come closer to you. And every time you come closer to your avoidant who's trying to get space, they're going to back off. And you're going to keep coming, they're going to back off, and eventually they're going to push you away and they're going to break up with you. If it's in my case, I know that this girlfriend didn't want to break up with me, but she felt like she had to get away from me, because again, they were just never taught from their parents how to properly communicate what is going on. This is why no contact is so critical, because I just told you that avoidance, they need to be by themselves in order for them to stop running away from their feelings. So if you've ever been in a situation where you felt like overwhelmed, and I wish I knew how to explain what like a feeling of overwhelm feels like, but basically when you're feeling overwhelmed, you quite literally don't know how to respond. Here's an example of something that you might be able to relate to. Let's say you've got a to-do list of like 17 different things and you want to get all of that done in one day, and you're sitting here looking at, well, which one of these do I do first? You're sitting with analysis paralysis. You're looking at all of these different choices on which ones to do, and the simplest solution would just be to do one thing at a time and cross it off your list. But you're overwhelming yourself by looking at all of these different things to do, and what happens? You don't do any of it. So avoidants, they avoid doing anything by doing nothing. And this is why if they're by themselves, they have enough time to feel safe and to not feel overwhelmed. Then they can start feeling their emotions, and that is when they start processing things. And no contact, this is eventually when they will start coming back around because they miss you. That is why no contact is so critical with someone who is an avoidant, because avoidants get overwhelmed so easily. And what do? Nothing. They do nothing, okay? It's analysis paralysis. They just freeze. They don't know how to respond to you because they don't even know how to respond, and they're not able to think properly, so they try to push it down and go focus on something else instead of the problem at hand until they get enough time away from you for their emotions to creep back up. That's why no contact is so critical, because it gives them the time to stop feeling overwhelmed and to process their emotions that they're just not good at processing to begin with. But they can't avoid emotions. It's impossible. And then the last one is going to be, this is actually going to build emotional resilience for the next relationship. While this doesn't have anything to do specifically with your avoidant partner, this has more to do with you. And so as I said at the beginning of this video, emotional resilience, especially if you're a man, is basically helping you build that threshold. The best way to explain is we all can reach a certain limit before we just snap and we freak out. Emotional resilience, this is what we're building. By going no contact with an ex, we're sitting in uncertainty and we're sitting in silence. So we are slowly learning to become okay with silence. This is going to benefit your future relationships, whether it's with this avoidant ex or a new girl in the future. And if she's healthier, if she's anxious or secure, it's not going to take a couple days or a week before you hear from this girl, and you're going to be okay sitting with that silence. So all women will pull away from you at some point in time. But if they're secure or they're anxious and they know how to communicate, they might tell you they need space. Or if you bring it up to them, they'll say, yeah, listen, this is just what's going on. They might tell you why. Avoidants won't, because they don't know how to, and they avoid conflict. So they'll come up with an excuse like, oh, I've just been so busy. It doesn't matter. If you notice that your girlfriend's pulling away because you've sat in no contact for a long fucking time with an avoidant ex, it's not going to hurt that bad. You know what? You're going to start thinking, yeah, she pulled away. This sucks, but she loves me. She'll be back. I don't know when, but she'll be back. And that's how you need to think about that. And not only are you building emotional resilience, but you're also learning what you will and will not tolerate. So this right here, if your avoidant ex keeps pulling away, I know, for example, Corey Wayne had a girlfriend that he talked about in his book that would disappear for 12 days at a time. 12 full days of her disappearing and then coming back around and acting like nothing happened. That was an emotionally immature avoidant partner. And at that point in time, if she does that for 12 days and she does it more than once, I would not be okay with that. I'm sorry, but you're disappearing for 12 days at a time, almost 2 full weeks without me talking to you or seeing you, and that is not acceptable. I'm sorry, but I need a partner that's more consistent. Unfortunately, you're not willing to step up, so I have to do what's in my best interest, and I need to go look for somebody that's going to give me what I want. That's what it's going to teach you guys. So not only are you going to get better at sitting in silence, which is going to help you mature as a man, basically going to become numb to it, and you're not going to freak out, which is going to build that safety like I talk about, but then you're also going to learn what you're willing to put up with and what you're not willing to put up with. So that's going to help you maintain and build self-respect as a man as well, because quite frankly, nobody deserves to have a partner disappear for weeks at a time without knowing if they're going to come back or not. If they told you they need space and they tell you, I just need 4 days, even better. Okay, you know what? Yeah, have your 4 days. I will talk to you then. No problem. That would make things a little easier, because in 4 days you'll hear from them again. But if they disappear without telling you, well, that fucking sucks. And you can build as much emotional resilience as you want. Like, I'll sit in uncertainty forever. If a girl pulls away from me, I will never message that girl again. I don't care how bad it hurts. I will talk to ChatGPT if I need to help me feel better. But this video explains why we need to go no contact with an avoidant ex, and basically the importance of it. So if you like this video, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. And listen, if you're a guy right now that wants to work with me in one-on-one coaching so we can really figure out what's going on and help you, I'm running a 50% off special right now. Link in the description if you want to book a one-on-one coaching call with me. Hey, if you like this video, guys, check out this video right here. You're going to love that one as well. And gentlemen, I will see you in the next one.